Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode. If you missed my previous episode, make sure to go watch that one and then come back and watch this one. But yesterday I traveled to Carlsbad, New Mexico, and I visited Roswell, New Mexico to see what the whole alien thing was about there, because that town is famous for aliens. But today I am really excited to go explore the Carlsbad Caverns. They're about, I think, 20 to 25 minutes outside of Carlsbad, but I'm really excited to see what all the hype is about Carlsbad, because I've heard really good things about it. So let's go. Alright, just checked out of my hotel and bought a few snacks before I head to the caves, and now it's time to head to the caves. It's 25 miles away from the city, so I'm really excited. I think I'm probably gonna hike in and then use the elevator to get out, but I'm pretty excited to see it. Alright guys, just made it to the Carlsbad Caverns National Park sign, and the highway right over here goes up to the visitor center. It's about 6 miles to go. Yeah, here it is. Alright, just made it to the visitor center. Need to quickly run inside and grab my tickets that I bought earlier, and then hike down into the cave and then take the elevator back up. I just got my tickets inside. That took about 15 minutes because there was a really long line, but time to hike down in. It's gonna be really steep because it's a strenuous hike, but it should be fun. Alright, it's 1.25 miles to get down there, and takes 1 hour and 25 minutes on average for people, but it should maybe take me about an hour. That is the natural entrance. It's that big hole on the ground. There's the hole. That's the entrance to the cave, and that's about an hour down. So in order to get into the big room, you have to descend 75 stories down. It's literally like walking down the Empire State Building. All right, I'm officially going down into the cave now. It is a little steep going down in, but I'm really excited because I've come to Carlsbad Caverns a few times before. I think maybe 3, and this is my 4th time here. But in all of the times I've been here, I've always taken the elevators down, so I'm excited to see how it is to walk in. First thing is, this section is really steep, so it's starting to smell a little bit different because heading into the rock, but it's quite steep right now. It is getting really quiet. Like, the sounds are just starting to fade away, and also gonna have to be a bit quiet because when you're in a cave, things echo like crazy, so I can't be talking at full volume because that doesn't sound very good, because things will echo 1/4 of a mile into the entire cave, but it is getting quiet. Here we go. Just imagine being the first people who ever came down here, and it just got really quiet, and then there's just this faint echo. You can just hear people's voices go like, woo! How beautiful it is. Now, of course, I didn't come when it was the bat flight program, but if I did, that would have been spectacular, watching bats fly out. Imagine being the people who came down here at first. There was no light, nothing. This was dark completely. I just can't believe how people came down here when there was nothing. This wasn't lit up. You couldn't see anything. It's just amazing. Look at all these rocks left over. Few stalagmites. Oh, wow. Look at how far up that is, guys. That's where I just came from, up there. And sorry if it's looking a little foggy. That's just a mist from up there, but it is way up there. There you can see the mist better up there, but there's the last bit of natural light before it's just gonna be dark with few lights. Also, the other thing is there's occasional water droplets coming off of the cave roof. Sometimes they'll hit your head. Usually you won't get hit by them, but sometimes there'll just be these water droplets drip off. Look at those stalactites. There's so many stalactites on the cave roofs, but wow, look at that. Take a second to appreciate this, and I want to show you this stalagmite right there. Look at that stalagmite. It is beautiful in here though. So this is actually a stalagmite and a stalactite right here. See, they met right there, and then that took a long time. That was not just a one-day thing. That took a really long time. Oh, wow, take a moment to appreciate that. And look at this too. Look at that reflection of the cave. Like, that's water reflecting that. Also, the temperature down in here is really, really nice. If I were you, and if you really want to experience the cave, come on this hike and then you ride the elevator back out. Is what I would say to do. I mean, not just because I'm on this hike, but you can just appreciate that, just descending into earth. Again, just look at how far down that is. Literally walking down the distance of the Empire State Building into just a beautiful cave. Wow. And then you have some more stalactites on the roof. Look at how steep it is. You probably won't be able to really see it in the camera, but it is super steep going down. So if you're someone who really doesn't like strenuous hikes like this and steep hikes, I'd recommend using the elevator. But if you're someone who's up for a challenge, then do the hike. This right here is called Devil's Den. This cave, it's getting warmer in here. The farther down I go, it's getting really warm. But right now I'm at a place called Devil's Den, and I'm also being quite quiet in here because I don't want to be too loud, otherwise it will really echo. But I don't know how far I am down. But it's getting warmer and warmer as the episode thing as you go farther down into the cave. Look at this stalagmite, and this isn't even the tallest here. Like, there are stalagmites that are like 60 feet tall. Just entered another one of these huge rooms. This is called the Green Lake Room. Alright, it seems like I've reached the bottom now because it's not going down. And I'm starting to hear little bits of noise, so I'm guessing almost coming up on the elevator lobby. But I'm really enjoying hiking through this cave. So right now, where I am, there's 750 feet of rock above me. Just right above me, solid rock. Like, it's just crazy how much stuff is on top of me right now. Here's a great example of a stalagmite and a stalactite about to join together. They're really close to joining. So here's what I'm talking about when I mean when they touch. These two have officially touched each other, and the ones I showed you earlier, they have not yet. So comment down below, how long do you think it will take for those to touch? Look at all of the needles from the stalactites up there. Wow, look at that. Here's a great close-up of two that touched each other. So Carlsbad Caverns has a really interesting story on how it formed. 265 million years ago, this was a complete sea. This cave didn't even exist 265 million years ago. And once that sea retreated in this really hot area, it left this acidic groundwater. And this groundwater carved out this. It took a long time, but it carved out this humongous cave. Just think about that geology of how long that took for a cave this big to be carved out. Take a second to appreciate that. Look at those needles, and then look at those columns and stalagmites. And there's a lot of these leftover like water pits. Here's another example. That looks like it used to have water in there, and all the water's gone now. See that ladder made of fence wire and sticks? Yeah, this was how early explorers got down into the lower cave. It goes so far down, and I'm not even gonna stick the camera over, but it goes so far down. And just imagine climbing down that thing. So another thing, kind of just an etiquette thing, make sure you don't touch any of the walls, any stalagmites, anything here, because you can destroy these cave walls because your fingers have grease on them, and when that grease gets on these walls or anything here, it can permanently damage them. And it's really bad because, I mean, getting this damage, this is so old, that would just ruin an entire piece of history. Guys, you tell me, doesn't that kind of look like a face on there? Look really, really closely. Let me zoom in a little more. There we go. Doesn't that look like a face way down there? See, and then a couple other like figures way off in the distance. Here's the little face I was talking about earlier. That's it right there. Those are the other ones right there. So here's an example where some have touched, some still haven't. Like this one has touched, and some of these haven't. This part right here is called Chinese theater, and it consists of columns, stalactites, and stalagmites. All right, just made it back to the elevators. It's now time to head up and out of the cave and back up to the visitor center. That was quite an adventure though. Alright guys, just got out of the visitor center. Just quick elevator ride up, took maybe about like 50 seconds, but I did get these magnets as a souvenir from the national park. And now it's time to head back to Carlsbad to get some food because I am hungry after that hike. So, see you then. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed exploring Carlsbad Caverns. I had a great time seeing that and it was worth coming here. And if you like the video, make sure to hit that like button and make sure to subscribe down below. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. We only have less than a month to do it. So if you're to subscribe, that would mean the world to me. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.